Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Public Coin, and today I have an open box video for you, and it's actually also a crackout video. And the most important thing that I want to point out is I got one of these brand new mint green PCGS boxes. So, you know, the guy who says don't buy special labels goes goo goo gaga for stupid colored boxes. It's like collect all five. I was the kid running back to the grocery store trying to find more of the same thing or different colors of the same thing in the cereal boxes. That was me. That was it. So first of all, this is mostly actually a crackout video, but I do have one coin sent in by a customer when I was sending some coins off to PCGS. That is a really nice 1913 dime. And for those of you keeping track at home, this series of coins was sent in on the standard service. So, we always like to kind of think about that, how that affects things. So, one of the things that'll make a coin look great is just the luster, but one of the things that they'll grade down is if you have a lot of little scuff marks. And the scuff marks you don't always see. So when you're looking at the surface quality of a coin, you can look at a coin like this and look, but there's no contact marks, but then you want to say, are there scuff marks? Because that can grade it down. So you also want to look for wheel marks, as sometimes happens. Those tend to happen more on coins from the 20s, 30s, and 40s when bank counters used wheels more and more. Congratulations on the MS65. Nice grade, nice coin. Real cherry, real pretty. This coin's about $275 in the grade that it is in. All right, next up, I'm just going to pull a few out right now and show you kind of what we're talking about here. You guys may remember some of these coins. This, I'm not doing the 10 layers. I think I've sent this coin in like a bazillion times. This is an 1878. 1878 eight-tail feather Morgan. And, sometimes you just cheer for a loser. What can you say? This coin has clearly proof-like fields on especially the reverse. The obverse is, I would call it half proof-like. I mean, it's technically not proof-like. I mean, I'm not going to try to make it something that it isn't or ain't, if I can use an antiquated word. This has the eight-tail feathers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yep, they're still there. And I've said this coin in several times, trying to get it past an MS63, because the coin's just attractive. It has great eye appeal to it. And you know what? I'm going to sell it. And it's, in this grade, it's 300 plus, and in 64, it's like 500. I mean, to me, I'm looking at this coin all day long like it's a $500 coin. So, but we'll probably ask a small premium for it for the overall eye appeal, because it is not simply a 63. The reverse is a strong PL with a cameo, and the obverse has that gentle toning. And yeah, so I'm going to sell that guy. A little disappointed. All right, so this one, this is Crazy Land. This is me taking an MS66 and cracking it. So Crazy Land, right? So you should never do this. Don't try this at home, kids. This is kind of on my goal list to do sometime, is to take an MS66 and get it into an MS67 holder. On a common date dollar, these trade for $250 or $300, and then on a 67 jumps to like $700. I loved this coin, and I still do. Now, one of the difficulties is when you take an 81S or an 80S or 79S, it's a lot harder to get them into that next grade, because the coins are graded compared to the same date and mint mark combination. And the reason for that is because you have different attributes for each of those. So you can find, I've seen MS64 81S's that just any other grade would be a 67. 66. That's exaggeration right there. MS66, so of course 66 to 66 is nothing, but It's a lovely coin, and we'll go ahead and sell it as is. Really great luster. So the reason, let me continue that thought on grading by date. It's something that a lot of you have pointed out, and I do not always talk about. But you know, for an example, you've got a number of Philly mints and New Orleans mints that are really flatly struck. And so you have to take that into consideration when you compare one coin to the next. So they do the same thing on the coins that come extremely nice. They grade on a curve. So you'll end up seeing 81S's, 80S's, and 79S's that are just phenomenal looking coins, and 64 holders and 65 holders. All right, next up, so this guy, you may remember, this was in one of my videos, a coin that we had sent in, and we were so surprised because this AU Details bent 3-cent piece was a coin that it has some type of action going on right up there under the TA states, and then but you look and the coin itself doesn't have a bend to it. And then you look on the back side and there's not really a depression on the stars right there. So we got net graded by NGC on this coin. It actually has a nice look to it, some nice gentle toning. By the way, I went ahead and put TrueView on these guys. So the picture of this coin is just really great. PCGS TrueView, they take pretty amazing photos. AU55. Now this coin's interesting because first of all, we didn't get the bent back, right? So thanks NGC. You know, it bids for about 160, but the last couple that we've seen sell with that type of toning to it, a nice AU, you know, they traded for one over $300 and one about $275. So the interesting thing is to see, you know, is Gray Sheet off there, or are there certain collectors who just want toned over 3-cent pieces? I mean, that may be the case. But these guys are really hard to see. They're hard to see up close. They're so small. They're so thin. It really is it's a demanding series to collect. If you're collecting these, hats off to you, because to find nice examples is very difficult, and to kind of put a real attractive collection together, it's a really challenging thing. All right, I've got a few more to show to you, and all right, you may remember this Oregon Trail $50 that NGC graded MS64. All right, now this coin, this is just kind of on my crime list of coins graded by NGC. This coin has everything going for it. It's got that original tone to it, phenomenal luster, great eye appeal. The whole coin is kind of gold, and then it has this like touch of blue around the rim. And the contact areas are very small. You got a couple little contacts in the star, but the field quality and the eye appeal of this coin are just phenomenal. The same thing, you got the gold tone, mostly mark free. Then you got that little blue, you can see it just turned to blue up there by the Indian. Don't salivate on your computer screens, guys. Okay, that's not okay. So, all right, NGC called this a 64. This, in my book, all day is a 7, right? So, and I know it's fine, you guys can all make fun of me, but you know, I look at a lot of coins, and this has everything you want. PCGS called it a 66. I'm not angry. I'm going to sell it as a 66. It's all good, right? Like I still think this coin's a 7. I think it's got the eye appeal, the pizzazz, and you know, 2-point difference. So let me just tell you guys, if you like eye appeal and you learn your coins, and you find this coin in a showcase, and the dealer just didn't have the same look at it and said, oh, it's a 64, I bought it a 64. You know, that's a full 2-point difference. It's not a huge price difference because the big jump is in 67. 67 is like 500 bucks, right? But 64 is like 100 and a half or 160, you know, and 66 is like 250 to 300. So it does jump up 100 to $150. So there is a big jump, but not a huge jump. And one of my favorite coins, I like coins, guys. I like coins that look nice. And while we're on the theme of, you know, the development of America, you may recall a certain little herd of buffalo that I had sent in, and I had kind of complained that, you know, either NGC doesn't know what they're doing, or I don't know what I'm doing, right? So, and I think most of you took NGC's side and said, Ben, you don't know what the hell you're doing. So, first of all, let's start with the coin that came back, Mint State 66. All right, so this is the one that NGC was like, wow, you know, we'll give you one on that, Ben. That's a nice coin. And you may recall that I looked at all these coins up close. I'm not going to do a ton of close-up stuff just because we looked at them all up close in the other video. And just the luster, the color, the contact marks. You know, one of the things that's tricky on these is the contact marks. There's so many little wrinkles in a buffalo nickel that sometimes people look at them and they think that they're contact marks, but they're not. All right, so this was the risky one because I was like, okay, that's a 66, and we could get downgraded. But PCGS, in all their worldly wisdom, called that a 66. I'm like, okay, let's roll with that. I mean, that's good. That is good. So 1 for 1, I was happy, right? So now we've got the 65. Okay, so now the price difference is 64s and 5s probably aren't worth getting graded. 66s are a couple $100, and you know, I still haven't figured out exactly what to do with my little herd of buffalo because, you know, I'm not going to try to get any of them in 7 holders, but I'm just trying to figure out how to price them. They all look a little different. They all have this kind of gentle yellow, gold, pink, magenta toning to them. And 66. All right. Look at that. So PCGS was doing me favors at this point, right? Now we got 2 different coins here that NGC called 64s. No disrespect putting the label in upside down. Sorry about that, guys. All right. So you may recall, I think one of my favorite coins between them all was in a 64 holder. Little surface contact on the plastic there. That's the plastic, not the coin. But I liked all of the coins fairly equally when I got them originally certified. And they all, like I said, have a little bit different look to them. Oh, look at that. A 66? What? What is going on? 64, 66, 64, 66. I know some of you guys get really upset with me because I don't get quite as emotional and enthusiastic about the grades. Like, you sometimes want to see me get more upset about things than I do. So, in your face, NGC. Thank you, PCGS. My goodness, like, how hard is that? The coins are gorgeous. 64? I got 3 coins between the commemorative half and 2 of those nickels to go from a 4 to a 6. You guys can do better than that. You're better than that, NGC. Come on! All right, I hope I didn't break any eardrums. I'm trying to remember if there's anything else that I really need to wrap up with on this, other than to say, guys, thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, leave your comments below. And these coins, I don't know how to sell coins, but some of these coins are going to be available on our website. There'll be links in the video, So check the links in the video. If anything is still available for sale, you can go look and see. All right, thanks so much for watching.